Starting from early 2015, the Chinese smartphone market has started the high-spec, low-price era, meaning major manufacturers, even like Huawei, are pumping up high-spec smartphones at a price that are usually within the 1,000 RMB price range. And this has put the OnePlus in an awkward position in its home country because it can't seem to quite catch up with the competition with its low-spec, high-price strategy. The brand have been quite stubborn with this direction, but now it looks like they have compromised a little bit. This OnePlus X is by far the most affordable model in the whole OnePlus series. Maybe the never settled company has realized that they have to take a break and maybe settle down for a bit. Is that really the case? Well, in this video, I'm going to present my thoughts. I have to say its lightweight and its compact size is a huge boost for user experience. I have been using my Redmi Note 1 for more than 1 year now. And when I switched to the OnePlus X, it's really a huge relief for my thumb. Not saying that the Note 1 is no good, given its price, I don't have any major complaint about it. But I can actually feel the benefits that comes with the sleek and slender design of the X. Most operations can be carried out with just one thumb, and every element on this phone is just about the right proportion, which means zero fat on this one. Zero. The speakers are placed on the bottom bezel, and this prevents the sound from being blocked while the phone is put in pocket and placed on table. This is a very neat design. Say whatever you like about the design, but I find the double layer of the 2.5D glasses fit very well with the slim body. A little bit too feminine in white, but you can also get the black version. I'm not sure if the deco style stripping is to be really appreciated. Aesthetically, its assistant is justified, but it can also get quite dirty easily. About the physical buttons, I would like to bring the notification slider into spotlight. To me, the sequence of the set, since usually by pushing up, we are expecting a turn-on effect rather than turn-off. To sum up, the OnePlus X is highly desirable when it comes to its physical appeal, and the attention paid to the details are perceptible and appreciable. The Oxygen OS is just a slightly customized Android 5.1.1, meaning it still has many limitations that comes with the stock Android. Compared to the highly developed and customized MIUI, I have to say it is quite primitive. The absence of scheduled power on-off is a major deduction for me, and I have to admit, once you are spoiled by the MIUI, you'll find stock Android highly unfriendly. Another thing is the drag-down menu, status bar to be precise. Well, as you can see, I have to swipe very long enough to get to the control on the Oxygen OS. It looks like the MIUI understands the users better with the displacement of those permanent status to another screen right here. Okay, enough complaining about the Oxygen OS, let's talk about some of its brighter sides. I do prefer the darker color theme of it because it makes the UI less aggressive to the eye, unlike the MIUI who tends to float around with its flashy color. The gesture options have some handy features such as easy access to flashlight and the double tap wake up. Long pressing and double tapping on the free frontal panel physical buttons can have different predefined effects. This option seems to be handy at first, but it requires a relatively longer learning curve for the users. Even if the actions are predefined by the users, they can still mix up the options given the complexity of all the possibilities available. So maybe there's a better way to simplify things? Well, given the specifications, I wouldn't worry about OnePlus X's ability to handle most tasks, except for some heavy 3D graphics situations such as the latest 3D Mark benchmark. My concerns are mostly about its battery, and namely its heat control and its autonomy. So I tried a little stress testing session, and the result turned out to be just fine about its temperature control. At its highest, the temperature can went up to 42 Celsius, and for 1080p video playback, it stays around 30 to 35 Celsius. Battery life is yet another con of the X due to its 2525 mAh battery. Maybe I should keep my mouth shut on this, given it is a affordable model in a very compact frame, yet being again spoiled by the 4000 mAh battery of my Note 1, I think users of the X should really get their external battery power banks ready, especially the slim ones, honestly. So for my usage, which is somewhat heavy in audio playing and mobile data on the go, this thing can only last up to about 43 hours. The X does not have the Qualcomm quick charge on the menu, but its small ass battery didn't take up much time to be fully charged from 0%. That was around 3 hours on the generic USB 2.0 charger. I have to say that the OnePlus X does not have a standout camera. Well, given the prices, it's understandable, but compared with what the Redmi Note 1 is delivering, I would say that the OnePlus X should really feel the burn. For starter, I'm not quite happy about the lack of options for the camera app. Now, the X is using the Samsung ISO cell sensor, and for the Note 1, it's confirmed to be using a no-name sensor provided by a company called Sunny Optical. Let's see what the two can deliver. In highlight situation, the Note 1 seems to be doing better with a more precise exposure. Here are two photos taken in HDR. We can still see the outline of the shadow in the photo taken with the Note 1. And for the X, the outline is almost completely gone. And here are the ones with the camera facing the sunlight directly, and the Note 1 again is capable of showing off some decent light beams. For indoor macro photos, the X got the right color as the statue is actually illuminated by yellowish light, and the X is also having better focus. When using the flashlight as the only light source, the Note 1 has a smarter software processing, but it looks less natural than the X. In outdoor low light situation, the X is apparently having a higher light sensitivity, as we can still get a large proportion of the facade of that apartment. Yet color-wise, it is the Note 1 that got it right. Now, honestly, I found it surprising that the OnePlus X camera can seem to be even catch up with a cheapo smartphone like the Note 1. Having features like slow-mo and time-lapse seem to be nice, but I think users nowadays would like to have greater customizability because, you know, smartphone photography is mainly used for social media sharing. Looks like OnePlus haven't thought it through with the X. Well, it might sound a little critical by doing so, but still I have to say that it looks like OnePlus is finally trying to settle down a little. It is understandable since the Chinese smartphone game has changed since 2015, and being all idealistic OnePlus can be, you still have to adapt in order to stay in the game. Still, I give credit to the design of the OnePlus X and certain aspects of its Oxygen OS. For its shortcomings, I know many of them are necessary sacrifices made for the budget model. However, as a manufacturer, OnePlus need to think it through for their future model, because sacrificing the wrong thing can mean a catastrophic failure, especially when other players are pacing up. Okay, that would be all for my thoughts on the OnePlus X, and I hope you all find it useful and enjoyable. Your likes, shares, and comments are much appreciated. Matthew here, signing off.